In this illustration, the question is photoelectric threshold of silver, that is lambda is equal to 3800 angstrom. That means we are given the threshold wavelength for the silver. Ultraviolet light lambda equal to 2600 angstrom is incident on the silver surface. We need to calculate A, value of the work function in electron volt, B, maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectron, C, part we need to calculate the maximum velocity of the photoelectrons, and we are given the mass of the electron as 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Okay, so let us move to analysis of this part. For the first part, first we are going to analyze the A part, the value of the work function, right? And we have the relationship between the work function and threshold frequency, finally with the threshold wavelength. So we can write now the work function equal to HF naught. Further we can write SC divided by lambda naught. Lambda naught is the threshold wavelength, and we know threshold wavelength is 3800, and we can substitute the multiplication of SC as 12400. So we can write like this, and writing like this we will get the value of W naught in electron volt, and on calculation this value is 3.27 electron volt. So we got the first part answer. Now let us move to calculate the maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectron. For calculating this value, we need to apply the Einstein photoelectric equation, right? And we know the Einstein photoelectric equation is K max, that is the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron or emitted photoelectron equal to energy of the incident radiation minus W naught. W naught is the work function, and incident energy equal to SC divided by lambda, right? Lambda is the wavelength of the incident radiation, and for H multiplication C we can write 12400. So let us write the expression 12400 divided by 2600. We will get this value in electron volt, that is energy in the electron volt, and W naught we have calculated 3.27 electron volt. So on calculation we will have this value. This is the value of the incident energy, radiation of the energy of the incident radiation. So on calculation we will get the maximum kinetic energy is 1.51 electron volt. Okay, now we got the answer for the B part. In C part we need to find the maximum velocity of the photoelectron, right? For calculating maximum velocity we need to find the energy we have calculated in the previous part in electron volt. We need to change this energy into joule. So let us change the kinetic energy into joule. For calculating this value into joule, we need to multiply this quantity by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this quantity will be now in joule. On calculating we will get this value. So we got the kinetic energy of the photoelectron emitted, that's the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron emitted in joule. Now we can write kinetic energy as half m V max square. V max is the maximum velocity of the photoelectrons. We know this value. We are given the mass of the electron. Now we can substitute this value, right? We can substitute the value of K, that is the kinetic energy, and we can substitute the value of the mass in this expression. On calculation we will get the value of the maximum velocity. This is equal to 0.7289 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Now let us move to next illustration. 1.5 milliwatt of 4000 angstrom light is directed at photoelectric cell. If 0.1% of incident photon produce photoelectrons, find current in the cell, and we are given the constant of the Planck constant, speed of the light, and electronic charge. So let us move to analyze this situation. We are given the wavelength of the light 4000 angstrom. From this wavelength, we can find the energy of the photon, and we know the formula of energy of photon is Sc divided by lambda, right? So let us write Sc divided by lambda. We know the multiplication of H multiplied by C, that is 12400, and if we substitute the value of lambda in angstrom, we will get this value in electron volt. So let us substitute, this value will be in electron volt. Okay, we can change this energy in joule by multiplying the electronic charge, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this is the energy in joule. Okay, now we are given the power, that is 1.5 milliwatt. If we divide this power with energy of a photon, we can find the number of the photon emitted per second by the light source. So let us find the number of the photon emitted from light source. This is the value we have calculated in joule, that is the energy of the photon. So let us move to find the number of the photons emitted per second by light source. So we can write now this power divided by energy of a photon. So let us write power divided by energy of a photon, and power we are given 1.5 milliwatt, that is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3, and this is energy in joule is 5 into 10 to the power minus 19. So let us substitute the values. After calculation, we will get the value of the number of the photons emitted per second, that is 3 into 10 to the power 15. Okay. Now let us move to the next part of the question. Now we are given if 0.1% of the incident photon produce photoelectrons, and we have calculated number of the photons 3 into 10 to the power 15. That means if we want to find the number of the electron, we need to calculate 0.1% of this quantity. So number of the electron emitted should be 0.1% of this quantity, that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 12. Okay. Now let us find the current. Current is equal to charge divided by time, charge flowing per unit time, that is Q divided by T, right? We can write Q as number of the electrons multiplied by electronic charge. Let us write this quantity as N multiplied by E, right? NE divided by T, and we know this value, that is N divided by T, that is the number of the electrons per second. Let us call this value as NE. So NE we have calculated, that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 12. So now we can substitute the value of this NE, and value of E we know, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Now we can find this current, right? Current is equal to multiplication of these two quantity, and finally we'll get 0.48 microampere. This is the photocurrent flowing through the photocell. So let us move to the next problem. In the next situation, we are given a metal surface. It is illuminated alternately with light of the wavelength 3000 angstrom and 6000 angstrom. It is observed that maximum speed of the photoelectrons under these illuminations are ratio 3:1. We need to calculate the work function of the metal and the maximum speed of the photoelectron. These two quantities we need to calculate. Okay, so let us move to analysis of this problem. What values are given? Wavelength. Also we are given the ratio of the maximum speed of the electrons. We need to calculate work function. So here we need to identify Einstein photoelectric equation. So let us write the Einstein photoelectric equation. This call, that is Sc divided by lambda equal to work function plus maximum kinetic energy, right? This is the energy of the photon incident equal to work function plus maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electron. We are given the two cases, right? So let us write the same equation for case number 1. For case number 1, we need to use wavelength equal to 3000 angstrom. If we substitute the value of 3000 angstrom here, let us calculate all values in electron volt, because this is the energy equation. So let us calculate this value, and this value also for kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy in electron volt. If we calculate all values in electron volt, we can write this value as 12400 divided by 3000, right? So this is the equation number 1. For equation number 2, we use the wavelength 6000 angstrom, and here we will write 12400 divided by 6000. W naught will not change because we are having the same type of the metal, but speed here is V. In place of 3V, we will write V. So this is the case number second equation. Now we got the 2 equation. Now we can solve these 2 equation. If we multiply equation number 2 with the 9 and subtract. So let us solve the equation by multiplying equation 2 by 9 and subtracting 1 from it. So let us calculate it. This value will be equal to, after calculation we will get this value as 8 multiplication W naught, right? Let us calculate 8 multiplied by W naught equal to 9 multiplication 12400 divided by 6000 minus 12400 divided by 3000. Right, on calculating we will get this value, 7 into 10 to the power 7 multiplication 12400 divided by 6000. This value will be in electron volt. So this, on calculating, we will get 14.46 electron volt, right? So W naught will be equal to this divided by 8, that is equal to 1.81 electron volt. We got the work function. First part of the question we calculated. Now let us find the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons, right? We can do one thing if we want to calculate this maximum kinetic energy, because we have calculated the value of W naught. Let us use any of equation. Equation number 1 we can use because we know the value of W naught. We know the value of small m. We can get the value of V. We can use any of equation. So let us calculate. Right, this equation we have maximum speed of the photoelectron for lambda 1 equal to 3000. Let us substitute this value in equation number 1. So maximum kinetic energy will be this one, 12400 divided by 3000 electron volt minus this work function. We have calculated 1.81 electron volt. So this value will be in electron volt. This is equal to 2.3 electron volt. We can change this kinetic energy into joule by multiplying this quantity by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So it will be in joule. On calculation we will get this value. This is the kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy in joule, and we know maximum kinetic energy can be written as half m V max square. From this equation we can get the value of V max. Now we can substitute this value here, and mass of the electron we can take as 9.0 into 10 to the power minus 31. This value, on calculating, we will get the value of the maximum speed as 9 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. This is the maximum speed, and this is the second part of the question. Now let us move to next illustration. In this illustration we are given photoelectrons are ejected from a surface when light of wavelength lambda 1 equal to 550 nanometer is incident on it. The stopping potential of such electrons is Vs1 equal to 0.19 volt. Suppose the radiation of wavelength lambda 2 equal to 190 nanometer were incident on the surface. We need to calculate number A, the stopping potential Vs2, that is a stopping potential corresponding to the wavelength lambda 2. In second part we need to calculate the work function of the surface, and third part we need to calculate the threshold frequency for the surface. Okay. So let us move to analysis part. We know the energy equation, or we know the Einstein photoelectric equation in terms of the stopping voltage. We can write EVS equal to HF minus W naught. Here Vs is equal to the stopping potential, F is the frequency of the radiation, and W naught is the work function. Okay, and here we are given the two cases, but in both cases we are taking the same metal. That means value of the W naught will be the same for both cases. For the first case we can write EVS1 equal to HF1 minus W naught, and for the second case we can write EVS2 equal to HF2 minus W naught. W naught will be same because we are taking metal to be same. Now we can subtract equation number 1 with equation number 2. So this value will be equal to E will be the common Vs2 minus Vs1, and here H will be the common F2 minus F1, and W naught will be cancelled out. Now we can write the stopping voltage Vs2. We can divide by E. So this equation will be like this. Now we know the value of Vs1, we know the Planck constant, right? And we know the value of E, we know the value of F1 and F2. We can find the value of F1, F2 if we know the value of lambda 1 and lambda 2. So it will be better to change this frequency in terms of the wavelength. So here we can write this equation as Vs2 equal to Vs1 plus Hc divided by lambda. That is, in bracket term will be 1 by lambda 2 minus 1 by lambda 1, like this. Now we can easily solve the equation because we know the multiplication of Sc, and we are given the value of Vs1 in volt. That means we can write now this value, that is 0.19, and if we are given the value of lambda in nanometer, we can write this expression as 1240. If we write this wavelength in the angstrom, we need to write 12400, but we are writing the wavelength in term of the nanometer. That's why we have written like this. Now we can solve this value. We'll get the value of the Vs1 equal to 4.47 volt. So this is the first part of the question. Now let us move to solve the second part of the question. In second part of the question, we need to find the work function, right? So here we can write the equation number 1 again. We got the value of we have the value of Vs1. We know we can write this value like this, Sc divided by lambda 1. Now we can find the value of W naught. W naught is the work function. So let us substitute the corresponding value. On solving, we'll get this value 2.25, this result, minus 0.19. So this is 2.07 electron volt. Now finally, let us calculate the threshold frequency for this surface. And we have the formula for the threshold frequency that is related with the work function as W naught equal to HF naught. So we can write W naught equal to HF naught. F naught is the threshold frequency. This should be equal to W naught divided by H, right? Now we know the value of the Planck constant. Planck constant is having value 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34, and W we have calculated, that is equal to 2.07, and we need to change this value into joule. So for changing this value into joule, we need to multiply this value by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, like this, and this is the value of Planck constant. On solving, we get the value of frequency. This is equal to approximately equal to 500 into 10 to the power 12 Hertz.